Well, today was an exciting day, as it always is when Skidoo releases their new models, for me anyway. We were up on the mountain riding, and part of me wanted to get into some cell service to have a look at the new models, but we just kept riding, as actually riding is a little more important than having a look at some new snowmobiles that won't be here until next season. I'll start out by saying I think Skidoo did a great job this year with the release, as they came out with a ton of new stuff. I'll kind of talk about the good and the bad, what's new. I'm not going to go into too much detail about everything that's new, as you can just watch Skidoo's YouTube videos to see all the details, but going to be talking about what I'm ordering for next year. And obviously I'm a mountain rider, so I'm just going to be talking about mountain sleds for the most part. I've had lots of people reach out to me already and ask me my thoughts on the new sleds, and that's why I'm making this video. So we'll start with the bad, and that's the new optional 10-inch touchscreen. It's great that they came out with some new tech, but they kind of fell short and didn't come out with anything to rival Polaris's buddy tracking feature. When you're riding trails, maybe it's not the most important thing, although I'm sure trail riders would like to see that too. But when you're in the mountain, in the backcountry, and you can just go anywhere, it's really quite easy to lose track of your buddies, especially if there's lots of old tracks around there. So it's really kind of like a life-saving feature. I know you shouldn't rely too heavily on tech, but if it's available, I'll take it. And what would be really cool to see is if Polaris and Skidoo would work together, despite the brand you're riding, be able to see all sledders on your map. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. And now for the good, and there's a lot of it. I think Skidoo went above and beyond this year, releasing so much in one season, and I'm stoked to see it. They came out with the Gen 5 chassis. The obvious changes to that are the plastics and the headlights. When you first look at the snowmobile, there's a lot more to it, but the headlights really make the look of the snowmobile. People have been asking for the LED headlights for a long time, and Skidoo finally delivered. It's different, it stands out. I personally really like the look of it. There's been a few memes going around, but I think it's pretty cool. People always seem to make fun of the new Skidoo chassis, but then you have a look back at the old ones and you think, oh wow, the new ones do look a lot better. One of the things I'm most excited for this season is the Turbo R pushing out 180 horsepower. I didn't really expect Skidoo to push the horsepower that high, but it's great to see. I think it's pretty much right on par with the Polaris, and I believe Skidoo claims they have the highest horsepower now. Something else I'm also excited to see this year is they went away from the T-Motion skid. They still call it T-Motion, but it no longer pivots. They also went away from the flex edge track, and now they have a rigid track with the track bars that go right to the edge of the track. Sled should hold the edge better now and be a little more predictable. I don't think it's going to be a huge difference in the riding, but it's a nice upgrade. They also dropped weight on the Gen 5. There's a fourth motor mount now to help with belt life. New clutch housing built right into the side panel to help with airflow and belt life there again. It's 3 inches narrower. There's DS4 skis on the Summit Expert, adjustable brake lever, lots of little things. As the Summit Expert got the most upgrades this year, that is going to be my sled of choice for next year. Summit Expert 154 Turbo R. It's always a toss-up between the Freeride and the Summit Expert, and just because the channel's Muskoka Freerider, that doesn't mean I have to get a Freeride. Last year, honestly, I probably just got the Freeride because of the looks. The Expert comes with more options that are beneficial to my riding style, like the 34-inch ski stance, the shorter riser, shorter seat, brake reservoir protector, adjustable limiter strap, and no T-Motion anymore. So I think the Expert's gonna work a lot better for my riding style. And then I go with the 154 just because it's a great all-around track length. The only real benefit to the Freeride would be the shock package, and if I really wanted to, I could throw some better aftermarket shocks on there. My second pick for a snowmobile would have been the Lynx 146 or 3700, whatever you want to call it, Shredder Turbo R. I think that'd be a really fun sled. Honestly, probably not the best sled for my riding style, but a 146 turbo, 180 horsepower, that'd be a wild machine. It's also great to see that Skidoo came out with a mid-sized snowmobile, the Neo, and they brought back the Mini Z. But what are your guys' thoughts on the new Gen 5 chassis, and what are you going to be spring ordering? It's going to be a bit of a tricky year, so you're probably going to have to get your orders in ASAP, as there's going to be limited quantities again this year. And that's pretty unfortunate, because usually I like to wait to the very end of the spring order period, and I get to look at all the different sleds, be sure of my decision, look what each manufacturer has to offer. So this year, if you're kind of on the fence between, say, Skidoo and Polaris, you're really going to have to make up your mind before you even get to see the Polaris release. But it doesn't really matter what sled you order, whether it be a Skidoo or Polaris. I've been riding both all season, and I can confidently say they're both great snowmobiles. I love them both, and whatever you order, you're gonna be happy with. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. It's getting late here, so probably not making much sense anymore, but thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.